Allow us to blow our own trumpet for a few seconds. Pioneers on the new frontier of research, humanity is our concern, excellence our path, and the Earth our home. We're at the cutting edge of 21st century science, leaders in Spain. We compete in the Champions League of biomedical research and stand as one of the world references in post-genomic biology. Excellence. Pursue it, but never believe you've attained it, or you'll lose it. That's why no one at CRG has a place for life. Research in the 21st century must be led by scientists, and it must produce results. It needs the state, business, and talent. A lot of talent. We are all appraised by an external scientific advisory board whose decision is final. There are no sacred cows here. No scientist, project, or contract is untouchable. And we find this rigorous approach stimulating. There are many things to be done. The point is doing them. Genome sequencing heralded in the most gigantic and hope-inspiring research ever undertaken by humanity. Does DNA hold all the answers? The first step is to understand the thousands of millions of questions. We began unraveling enigmas and training people for the same work in 2002. We're sure they'll succeed. In such a young science, who do you think is going to make the big discoveries? We're betting on it. And those who support us do too. Your DNA is unique because it tells the story of life, your life, since your birth and before, since your parents and before, since the first humans and before. The earliest memory of life is inside you. Your nuclear genome contains 6,000 million base pairs. They're the pages of your history. And therein lie the secrets of your sickness and your health, of your life and your children's lives. Our genes hold the secret of life and death, and also the determination to attempt the impossible. To find out how genes interact with the genome, and what information the genome contains, the logic of its networks and its products, the genetic causes of disease, how cells in the body differentiate, how cells work, and how the organism develops, the determination to find out how to cure you so that we can cure everybody. And if at times we seem like clumsy astronauts, it's because we're scientists going into the unknown, sharing our discoveries with the rest of the world. We seek the impossible because others are convinced that it's possible. And here's an entire building, all minds set on you. Is there any better reason for living than to devote yourself to life? Barcelona is a European biotechnology hub. And the CRG is amongst the biomedical research centres that compete in the Champions League worldwide. To research into life, the best thing is to be surrounded by it. In a place where life has always been the centre of interest, Catalonia. In a city simmering with life, pulsating with culture, Barcelona. At a place in the city where everyone is engaged in the same thing, Barcelona Biomedical Research Park, beside the sea where we came from, Mediterranean. Centre for Genomic Regulation, Barcelona, Catalonia, Spain. Is there any better reason for living than to devote yourself to life? The only important thing about Newton's apple is Newton, with that questioning look. The right questions will generate precise answers. And a scientist may be born a scientist, but they will study until the day they die. We select and sponsor the best students because they're scientists, even if they do not know it. Some may have acne, but they're all scientists, and all have that questioning look. We treat them as equals because they are, and we demand the same from them as from ourselves. And if we pamper them enough, there could be a Nobel Prize winner amongst them. We train scientists so that they can leave just as we research in order to tell the world, because it's right. What we receive is immense. What we give back should be similarly immense. Is there any better reason for living than to devote yourself to life? Bioinformatics and genomics. What information is contained in the genome and the genetic causes of disease? Gene regulation, stem cells and cancer. How genes interact within the genome and how cells in our bodies differentiate normally or abnormally. Cell and developmental biology. How cells work and how the organism develops. Systems biology. The logic of gene networks and their products. Scientific services. Support to the investigation of all the groups. When learning is a passion, research becomes a game. And the more vital what you're looking for is, the more enthralling the game becomes. Latest generation researchers, 32 years old on average, with all their toys. Is there any better reason for living than to devote yourself to life? Geniuses capable of extracting secrets from DNA are often unable to renew their own ID cards. They need professional assistance for all those strange things like cleaning test tubes and patenting good ideas. It would never occur to them that a single discovery can make all the difference to a company, that a sequencer can be hired, or that there are companies that need the same research as hospitals. Sensible people who can understand a genius are themselves geniuses. If one half dreams, it is because the other half stays awake. And if one half flies, it is because someone has provided the fuel. Budget management, project management, technology transfer management, establishment of spin-offs, and other reality checks. Half of those at CRG believe the other half are geniuses. Brilliance lies in understanding life. Is there any better reason for living than to devote yourself to life?